Hello, this is Mary McCarley, the Health Education Content Specialist with Goodheart-Willcox and co-author of Essential Health Skills for Middle School. In this video, I'll provide you an overview of the resources available with our 2025 copyright of Essential Health Skills for Middle School and show you how to navigate the online platform. We are Goodheart-Willcox. We've actually been around for over 100 years. And for most of those 100 years, we were well known as the premier CTE publishing company. In 2015, we began creating our health education resources in response to the need for a quality, up-to-date, skills-based resource that was developed by experts in health education. Since 2015, we've dominated the health market with our age-appropriate content and skills-based approach, and we've quickly become the most widely used resource across the United States. Now, much of our success is due to this award-winning author team. Catherine Sanderson and Mark Selman, they wrote the textbook. Now, if your district is considering our high school program, they also wrote our high school textbook. Having that same author team really allows them to build on concepts and skills over time as students move from middle school into their high school years. Now, myself and Lindsay, we developed the pedagogy. So anything students are doing, all the skills-based activities and assessments, performance tasks, your rubrics, your lesson plans, were all developed by us two teachers. It truly is a program developed by teachers for teachers. It is aligned to the new National Health Education Standards and the HECAT. And we provide full integration with learning management systems. We offer rostering options. It's also easy to use with Google Classroom. So our digital solutions expert would work with your LMS admin to load the resources into your course. Lessons are customizable at the lesson level. So if a teacher chooses to unpublish, the student will not see anything within that lesson. And everything within a lesson module, the teacher can choose to publish, unpublish, or even delete. You'll also see that within a lesson, there's student activities in English and Spanish. This is similar to a folder that will house the handouts. The teacher can assign as a Word or Google Doc. Also, within our learning management systems, every lesson has a pre-quiz, post-quiz, and every module has an exam that's auto-graded. It's also easy to use with Google Classroom, and you have the option to roster as well. So teachers, you choose the resources that you want to use from our platform, and you'll post those to Google Classroom as either a link or a Google Doc, or you can copy and paste and put into a form if you want it auto-graded. First, let's take a look at our student textbook. Our textbook is available in print and digital. It does match page for page. The main text includes these 7 modules. To accompany our main text, we offer a companion text. This version of the companion text includes 3 modules. All the lessons are aligned to the new National Health Education Standards. This version of the companion text does include those 3 modules that I just mentioned, but it also includes Module 11 on sexual health. The Module 11 on sexual health is aligned to the National Sex Education Standards, and teachers appreciate the medically accurate, unbiased information. Our companion text is also available in print and digital. It does match page for page. Everything is fully integrated within a learning management system, where it's also easy to post to Google Classroom. Our digital textbook is available in English and Spanish. It does match page for page. Our program meets accessibility guidelines as well. What this often means for teachers is that if you do have a student who needs the pages read aloud, they can use their built-in screen readers to have them read aloud. We also partner with Bookshare. Bookshare is free for all school districts and is for students who have reading barriers. It provides additional accommodations for those students. Students can follow along karaoke style while it's highlighting red and braille as well. We were very intentional to ensure that all students are represented throughout the pages of our text. There's brightly colored images and infographics to support the visual learner. Every lesson opens with learning outcome statements, key terms, an essential question, a reading and note-taking activity. Within the pages of our text, we're very intentional to make sure that students are practicing skills. We offer our Building Your Skills feature. We also offer case studies. You can see that the skill being practiced is clearly identified. At the end of the lesson, there's a reading summary, critical thinking questions, and another opportunity for students to practice those valuable health skills. Now, in addition to the textbook, we offer student resources. There's videos and animations and opportunities for students to practice vocabulary. We also offer a skills-based student workbook. The workbook is available in print and digital. The digital version is in docx file format. These are basically Word documents that have already been formatted to upload as a Google Doc. Thus, teachers, you can modify, print, you can assign as a Word or Google Doc. Our digital version is also available in Spanish. The workbook is intended to extend learning, practice skills, put students in real life situations and scenarios, ask them questions like, what do you do? What do you say? We also offer other handouts like reading guides. You'll see in the pages of the textbook, we offer reading checkpoint questions. Teachers, you'll have a digital copy of these reading checkpoint questions. Again, everything is in English and Spanish in that docx file format. Anything in the pages of the textbook, if it works well as a digital copy, we've made it a digital copy. We also provide a vocabulary activity for every lesson and lesson review questions. We also provide extensive online instructor resources. There's a teacher's edition. This is available in print and digital. Within the teacher's edition, there is answer keys, correlation to the new National Health Education Standards, and anything in the pages of the text that is skills-based. We have leveled it a 1, 2, or 3, with level 3 as rigorous, and we provide options to level up and level down. We know that health is always changing, and we want to make sure that teachers are always staying up to date. 2 to 4 times per school year, we're going to load new lessons into the teacher resources. For the student, it looks like an extra lesson of the textbook. There's lesson review questions and a skills-based workbook page. We also provide course planning guides. I work with districts to create customized course planning guides as well. Every lesson has a lesson plan. There's the learning outcome statements, the correlation to the new National Health Ed Standards, key terms, materials needed. Every lesson has a bell ringer. Every lesson has introduction to lesson activities, classroom activities. And within classroom activities, you'll find that even our workbook pages that are skills-based are leveled 1, 2, and 3, and we provide options for differentiation. There's also independent practice and closure. Every lesson has a PowerPoint presentation. We also provide PowerPoint guided notes. In the teacher resources, we offer an easier version of the reading guide to help guide the struggling reader. There's also teacher-directed activities to pique students' curiosity and engage them in full class activity and discussion. We provide parent-trusted adult engagement homework assignments. These are short homework assignments to engage families and extend learning home. These are also provided in Spanish. Once a teacher is done with a module, you'll have the option for a skills-based summative performance task. Most modules have 4 different ones to choose from. Rubrics are included. But if you prefer a more traditional exam, there are lesson quizzes, module exams. They are differentiated by easy, moderate, and difficult. And if your district is integrating with a learning management system, these are all in an auto-graded format already built for you. We also provide standard-based grading, summative assessments, and a differentiated version. And for each performance indicator of the new National Health Education Standards, we provide a formative assessment leveled 1 through 4 with level 3 as proficient. Lastly, on that occasion, you may have a student whose parent guardian does opt out of a lesson within the companion text. We do provide alternative activities. Now let's take a look at the online platform. Once you log in using the username and password that we've provided, you will see the main text, and then you'll also see the companion text, the Human Development and Relationship version, or the Human Development, Relationships, and Sexual Health version. How you navigate one platform will be the same as how you navigate the others. I'll click on the main text. If your district integrates with a learning management system, remember this is a review platform and all of your resources will be fully integrated within that learning management system. I'll click on Module 4. On the left-hand side, you'll see the English text and the Spanish text for each lesson. Scroll down, you can toggle between student-facing resources and teacher-facing resources. You can also see each individual lesson and the title of the lesson. I'll begin by clicking on the English text. On the left-hand side, there's a toolbar. The home button will take you back to the main landing page. I can zoom in and see this page closer. That would be helpful if I'm projecting something on my screen or if I have a student who is visually impaired. I can also zoom back out. The search allows the teacher or the student to search by a key term or page number within that lesson. You'll see the lesson title, learning outcome statements, key terms, essential question, reading and note-taking activity. Every lesson has an introduction. Every lesson is divided by section. We know that students will not necessarily read all of lesson 4.1, so we did chunk it for the teacher and the student, and we do provide the reading checkpoint questions at the end of each section. So teachers, you can debrief as a class, or you could assign these as a Word or Google Doc. We're very intentional about the smaller paragraph size to increase comprehension, decrease reader fatigue. Vocabulary terms are highlighted as well. Notice I'm scrolling down. By scrolling down, we do meet accessibility guidelines. If your students need the pages read aloud, they can use their built-in screen readers. You'll also see our skills-based features, like this one, building your skills. And you can see we've clearly identified the skill being practiced. I'll continue to make my way through the pages of the text. Here's another skills-based feature, Gia's self-esteem. And this time, we're analyzing influences. I'll make my way to the end of the lesson. And at the end of the lesson, there's a review and assessment section, reading summary, critical thinking, and another opportunity for students to practice skills. Now, once you have a chance to dive into these skills-based assessments, you'll see that one of the strategies we used was multiple modes of engagement. We really want students to show skill proficiency in multiple ways. It's also differentiated by learning style. Now, to return to the module, I'll click on the Open tab. Every lesson will have the Spanish text as well. It does match page for page, and it is an authentic translation. Now let's take a look at the student-facing resources available for lesson 4.1. You'll see that I have marked student, and I'll scroll down to look at the resources. Every lesson has a reading guide. I'll click on it and open it from my downloads. At the top, the teacher can enable editing and make any changes. This is a direct pull from the textbook. So these are the exact questions in the textbook that are marked reading checkpoint questions. You can modify as needed, print, or assign as a Word or Google Doc. Depending on the lesson you're looking at, some lessons will have a digital copy of an activity from the textbook. If you recall, Gia's self-esteem was right in the textbook, and since it worked well as a digital copy, we made it a digital copy. Most lessons will also have 3 to 5 workbook pages for each lesson. Remember, the intention of the workbook is to extend learning, practice skills, put students in real-life situations and scenarios. Every lesson will also have a vocabulary activity and lesson review questions. These are all provided in Spanish as well. Now, for the teacher that does not want to download the individual files, every module will have a zip folder in English and Spanish. These are the student-facing resources that I just showed you. I'll click on it, open it up from my downloads. This is all of Module 4, and if I open that, I can see the individual lesson folders. This will allow a teacher to store everything on their device within folders, well organized, or teachers, for those that want to assign as a Google Doc, you could upload these folders to your drive, and the Word documents will automatically convert to Google Docs, and you can assign as a Google Doc. Again, the zip folders are available in English and Spanish. Now let's take a look at what else is available for lesson 4.1. Depending on the lesson you're looking at, some lessons will have videos and animations. Just click, and you can also view the transcript. Every lesson will have English flashcards. Click it to flip it. The student can remove it from the deck and click Next to go to the next one. This is just an opportunity for students to practice. Those flashcards are available in English and Spanish and a full Spanish. Every lesson also has a matching activity. This is really just intended for students to practice. I'm just typing in a few answers, and the program will prompt me to try again and continue to try until I get them all right. Again, just intended for self-practice. Every lesson has a vocabulary game. It is set up similar to Jeopardy, whether they get it right or wrong. It does tell them the correct answer. Every lesson has a spelling challenge. Play the term, try to spell it correctly. Every lesson has a glossary and an audio summary. So teachers, it's truly about picking and choosing the activities that best meet the needs of your students. I'm going to switch and take a look at teacher-facing resources. Every lesson has a lesson plan. I'll click on it. At the top, you'll see our learning outcome statements, the correlation to the new National Health Ed standards, key terms, materials needed. Every lesson has a bell ringer, introduction to lesson activities, classroom activities, and within you'll see options for differentiation, the leveling that I mentioned earlier, independent practice, and closure. Every lesson has scope and sequence. This is a document that shows you all the activities and the skill being practiced. Every lesson has a pre-quiz. Every lesson has a post-quiz. This is the Word version of the post-quiz. Remember, if your district is integrating with a learning management system, you will not need this Word version because all the questions will already be imported into your learning management system. Students can take it there. It does auto-grade. Every lesson has an easier version of the reading guide. Every lesson has a PowerPoint presentation. Teachers, you can enable editing. All of our PowerPoints have been formatted to upload as slides. Our PowerPoints are a great combination of content, think about it questions, and also opportunities to discuss skills. There are PowerPoint guided notes for every lesson as well. And depending on the lesson you're looking at, there are teacher-directed activities and parent engagement homework assignments. If I scroll to another lesson, you'll find that the format is very similar. Now, teachers, again, if you don't want to download the individual files for the teacher resources, we also offer a zip folder. Every module has a teacher's edition. Again, remember the teacher's edition is in print and digital. I wanted to highlight our commitment to differentiation. So anything in the textbook that is skills-based will also be leveled. Lastly, assessments and answer keys. At the end of every module, there is a review day lesson plan, letter for families that highlights the lessons included, answer keys. They are divided by lesson. If you would like to do vocabulary bingo with your students or have your students do a student-directed, self-paced review activity titled Menu. For the teacher that likes that more skills-based summative performance task, this is where you'll find it. Most modules will have 4 different ones to choose from. So whether you want your students to practice asking for help, developing a wellness action plan project, advocating, or researching, just click on it. The first page is always directions for the teacher, a step-by-step guide on how to do it with your students, the actual task for students. And I know many districts are using this resource in multiple grades, so I made it very easy for the teacher to be able to modify. If you did not teach those 2 lessons, you could just delete. And there's a rubric as well. But for the teacher that likes a more traditional exam, there's easy, intermediate, and difficult. I'll click on level 2 intermediate. This is the Word version. Remember, if your district is integrating with a learning management system, all of these questions will already be imported for you, and it does auto grade. We've been navigating Module 4. How you navigate Module 4 will be the same as how you navigate the other modules. Let's take a look at course planning on the main text. At the very top, you'll see our content update lesson materials. 2 to 4 times per school year, we're going to be posting brand new lessons. You can also access all the archived ones. I'll click on this one on coping with loneliness. Open it up. The first few pages are for the teacher. Background information for the teacher, learning outcome statements, correlation to the new National Health Ed standards, key terms, and materials needed. Everything you need is always in the packet. There's also a step-by-step guide on how to do this lesson with your students. And eventually you'll get to student handout. Click Enable Editing. You can delete the first 5 pages and make a new copy for students. Our authors wrote this, so it is on grade level, reading-wise. And it does look like a full lesson of the textbook. Once you get to the end of the lesson, there are the text-dependent questions and a skills-based workbook page as well. In addition, in the course planning section, you'll find best practices, course planning, correlation to the new National Health Ed standards, additional rubrics and templates, and the standard-based grading assessments, both summative and formative. I'm going to click the home button to go back to the main landing page. Thus far, I've been navigating the main text, but how you navigate one of our companion texts is exactly the same. I did briefly want to click on course planning. This is the course planning guide that you would need if you are moving forward with the main text plus one of the companion texts, because it does include the companion text lesson. And I wanted to scroll to the bottom just so I can highlight our opt-out materials. So on that occasion, if you do have a parent or guardian who opts their child out of a lesson, we have developed these alternative activities for that student. I hope it was helpful to see the navigation of our platform. To bring this video to a close, our resources are loved across the United States. They're developed by experts in health education and Shape America award-winning Teachers of the Year. They align to the new National Health Ed standards. It's a 2025 copyright skills-based resource, but we still provide those ongoing lesson updates. We provide full integration with learning management systems, and it's easy to use with Google Classroom, providing rostering options as well. We provide extensive Spanish resources, including the digital textbook, digital workbook, handouts, and more. We also provide our handouts in DocX format, allowing the teacher to customize based on the unique needs of their students, modify, print, or assign as a Word or Google Doc. We provide a lot of options for the teacher so that the teacher can pick and choose the resources that best meet the needs of their students. And lastly, we're absolutely committed to the training, professional development, and ongoing support of all teachers. Thanks so much for your time, and I do hope you have a wonderful day.